There's a lot of money in solar. Right now we're in an energy crisis, or the beginning of one. And so if I'm gonna sell something, I might as well sell something that's gonna have a lot of commission and also something that's gonna be a need. And so right now there's a big need, and if I'm gonna sell something, I'm gonna wanna make money off of it, and you make a lot more money in solar. I think a lot of time we can dream about stuff, but you don't get anywhere unless you start. You just have to start somewhere. I think a lot of times we just spend time daydreaming about what we could do instead of actually doing it. And so just flipping that switch to actually just being proactive about it and going and getting it done.
What was your big goal or objective figuring out coming over and working with me on Ask Solar Mike?
Mainly just wanted to make some money, wanted to be financially stable.
You wanted to make some money. What was your personal best before? Like, what was the most money that you ever made in a single month previously?
Probably right around $5,000 or $6,000.
$5,000 to $6,000.
Yeah.
That was doing summer sales. But when you came over and you started working with me doing this, you've had a couple of months where you've been over $20,000 a month.
Mm-hmm.
Did that kind of surprise you?
Yeah.
First time it happened, what'd you think?
Well, it felt great.
You're like,
yeah.
Well, wait a minute, what just happened?
Yeah, why haven't I been doing this longer?
Is that what you're thinking?
Yeah,
kind of.
for sure.
People have some crazy kind of epiphanies. They didn't realize, like you see people and you hear about people making really good money, but you realize, God, is it possible for me? Like, when's my turn?
Yeah, exactly. Well, now I can start to see all the tactics being unfolded. Maybe not tactics, but you know.
That's as good a word as any.
Yeah, I mean, being frank, that's what it is, you know? Like,
yeah.
At first it did seem like a conversation, but now I can almost guess what you're gonna say next, you know? Even though it's just a conversation and it flows and it feels so natural.
Yeah.
And it helps me now when I'm out with people, being able to use the same things.
Same things.
Mm-hmm.
I jokingly tell people that selling is it's like a scientific strategy. It's not guesswork. It's not a whole bunch of winging it. Like, have you ever noticed that when we go in, it's very systematic, very choreographed. And, you know, it's like little things where we get their head bobbing up and down saying yes, 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 yes. And then we start working on other strategies of causing rapport. We have strategies to build trust. There's so many of them.
There's a lot, yeah.
There's so many of them. Like, to me, it actually, because I practiced it so much, it becomes very natural to take it, to do it in that very specific situation. Yeah, I always joke with people, like, if you're just going out there and you're just blundering your way through it, probably not going to make any money. If you could go back to the younger version of Isaac, and if you were to go back and find the 18-year-old version, what big nugget would you drop on yourself if you could talk to that guy?
Well, let's see. I'd tell him to go next door and talk to Mike.
You would?
Yeah.
You just telling me that, or is that what you would say?
No, if I could have been making, even $10,000 a month back then, I could be in a very different spot now.
Tony Robbins said, he's like, find a mentor, find somebody that can coach you.
Mm-hmm.
I'll tell you the one big thing that I've noticed that you got from me. So when I started selling solar, I was crossing a horrible desert. I couldn't get anybody to say yes. I knocked an entire city. I don't know how many doors it was. It was an entire city. Dude, I was desperate. I needed somebody to say yes because I needed a way to support my family. And I remember knocking all those doors, and I remember nobody bought, but I think in that entire town, I probably only got 2 people that said yes. And I crossed a tremendous desert. It took me a while. I finally got to the point where it was sink or swim. I had to find a coach. My coach gave me 3 big nuggets. He's like, look, Mike, people buy from people they like, so make sure you're a friend with them. The other big nuggets said is give them high fives, smack those endorphins free. You gotta get the happiness going and happy juices flowing. People buy when they're happy. Mm-hmm. Number 3, he's like, exhaust all options to be able to close the deal. Because we're not gonna do a go back. And he told me that, and all of a sudden, I at least went from making nothing to finally getting somebody to say yes. Any last big nuggets of information or knowledge you'd want to drop on us?
I think just get after it.
Just get after it.
Yeah.
Make it happen. Make a decision. Move forward, right?